Hi, my beautiful Cancers. Thank you for tuning in. This is your reading for 2021. So I hope all is well. I hope you guys had a lovely December so far. If you are listening to this in the new year, then Happy New Year to you. But overall, I think we're all just so ready for a fresh new start. And I think 2021 is a really good year for us Cancers, okay? I'm going to put some cards down for this new year. I'm gonna put 12 cards down, and the first card is the Eight of Swords. I will clarify it, of course. Let's just first get into the shuffling. All right, card number 3. All right. Now our birthday month is coming up. Ooh, we have the High Priestess for July. All right, that's a little bit too many cards. I need a card for August, Leo season. Beautiful. Ooh, this is so strong. You see, we have the Lovers for the Gemini season, basically June. Then we have us, you see, the High Priestess for the July, and then we have the Leo card for the thing. It's very strong. Everyone's shown up so very strong. Beautiful. Okay, October. I'm sorry, September. October. November, December. All right. Yes. Okay, good. I wanted to get some extra additional cards. All right, so let's tune in. January, very important month for us, okay? So us collective Cancers, Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, Cancer Moon people, but especially Cancer Rising people. Also Sun, but mostly Cancer Rising, okay? This month is like, if you take time and if you listen to this in December, then I'm glad about that, because we still have this eclipse coming up. You see the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, and that is connected to our 6th house. All right, that also is a house connected to work, but also your daily routine, your health, and all of those things. Because 2021, so 2021 will be a year connected to the 5th house. There will be a lot of shifts, a lot of changes. I'm not going to go too deeply into the house because I know some of you don't want anything to do with it. You just want a tarot card reading, I understand. But I'm trying to sort of do both a little bit. But definitely by the cards. And the cards really make so much sense connected to the astrology. But I'm going to focus mostly on the cards, okay? I still need to sort of find my way because I'm getting so much information and I have to calm myself down to just really focus on the beginning of the year. Like I said, the beginning of the year for us is very important to get ourselves unstuck and to really sort of decide a certain way, a certain road. It is a month where if you put your hand in the sand, if you're not, you know, tuning in or trying to push things forward, like maybe on next month, maybe I'll start it in summer. It's like when you really feel guided to start something, to change something, to make a big decision on something, then January is really a good month to take the first step, to really say, okay, this year I will focus on this. I'm gonna put my energy and focus towards that. If you put your focus and energy towards your health or your job, basically, it'd be really, really good, because you can really make some serious changes with that this year. And I'm just going to give it you right now, like, you know, in this package deal, January is just a very important month for us. If we can set a certain tone, we can actually ride on that wave for the rest of the year. And that's why I'm just, you know, trying to make it make you guys aware, because I do see the Eight of Swords. It's like we can't get unstuck. You see, like, we might get some confusion in the first month, and we might have more confusion in the rest of the year. But if you if you like sort of understand what the thing is that sort of holds you back, and really try to get to the core of that, you can really make some serious moves and changes, and you can have a very, very successful year. Like, you really can. And I think overall we'll have a lot more luck than we had in 2020. I feel we really were put to the ring, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna shake you up, Cancer, and see if you still want another ride. You know, still in for it. But it's almost like, you know, they put us in a roller coaster without any seatbelts. Like, you're still having fun, Cancer. It's like we're all on the same, you know, ride, but everybody was wearing seatbelts except for us, who just had to hold on, you know, very tightly. That's how I'm feeling, okay? But I do really see that you're going to get unstuck in the month of January, because there's this sense of clarity that's going to come to you. And it's also because certain veils are lifted. It's like when you're trying to get unstuck from the Eight of Swords, right? You need sort of that clicking moment of realizing, hey, I'm not actually stuck. I do have some control. I can shift this around. I can try to approach it from this angle or from that angle, and I'm going to try to make it work regardless of what I have, you know, what results I've given in the past. I'm going to try and look at it from a different perspective. I really feel that get it first, you need to understand, like, what is it it's holding you back. Is your intuition like sort of holding you back? It's like maybe it's not the right time. Is it, you know, just overthinking mode? Is it because you're still disappointed, or you're still walking around with certain hurt from the past or baggage, you know, that's weighing heavy on you? It's like really becoming aware. And that is, you know, with the 12th house energy, you also have like things are just much more clear. Like you can see clear in January if you take your time for that. So like take some separation of just contemplating, like the hermit energy, right? Go in your shell, retreat, do certain things that get you close to your heart, get you close to your creative energy flow, and you start to really see some roads for you that maybe you haven't seen before. And if you really set your mind on it, then once something clicks with you, anybody can tell you anything, but it's like, no, I know this because I've seen it. I've seen it happen before. I know that I did this before. I know that I can make it work again, you know? And that's a little bit what I feel for 2021. It's like they're asking you to walk through a dark you know, like space where you can't use your vision, right? You just have to listen to the sounds, maybe feel the walls, you know. But they are giving you in January like almost like 10 seconds with the lights on, and you can just observe the room, and they will put the light back, you know, out again. But it's like you have a completely different vision walking through the dark if you haven't had those 10 seconds of clear vision of like, okay, that's there, that is there, that's over here, I know the space now, I know where to go. And that's January, all right? So Page of Pentacles really represents that February for you. It's like, I know now, I know. And this is like, it might be a small thing for you, but it's like, hey, I have purpose, I have this goal, I know where I want to go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like the Page of Pentacles really has its focus. But what I'm feeling very strongly, and I'm trying not to be all hyped too much for you guys because there's so much coming in. That's why I love doing these yearly readings, because it's like intense. What I feel with this, it's like it's like there's this shift of energy towards gratitude. If you decide to sort of really focus and approach things from a level of gratitude, like really hype up that frequency, it's such a high frequency, it can really get things moving. Because when you decide you want to get unstuck and you decide to consciously put focus somewhere, what happens around, March, this is this movement, the Eight of Wands. It's like quick moving energy. Things can really quickly change this year because we're in the fifth, year. It just is about change. If you're not trying to hold on to what it should look like, what it should do, what it should bring you, it's like, okay, I'm open. I will be open, extending my energy from a gratitude place of like, I'm just gracefully receiving whatever the universe is sending to me. Things just start to flow. All right. And I feel by the time April comes around, your masculine energy is quite strong, which is good because we are in, Aries season. And with the Queen of Swords, it's like you have a clear vision and you're back on your throne. You really are feeling so much better about yourself. And I think it could also be an air sign that's pretty significant for you in that month. But it's like you're also looking at yourself from a different perspective. It's almost like you have that tough talk with yourself. It's like, look, you see? It's like, I don't want to feel this way about things anymore. I don't want to constantly focus on the things I don't have, or constantly focus on the things that I thought I would have by now, and all of that. It's like you really are putting yourself on the spot and have that conversation, you see. So in the month of May, I feel this energy will be testing you a little bit because, one sec, we'll have in a month of May, we also will have another eclipse season. We have an eclipse, and you might actually be really in your feels in the month of May. It's like the Five of Cups. It's maybe you felt you had something planned and it can go through or something like that, but it's actually really helping you moving forward. You might actually tap into an energy where you can realize what it really is and what it really means and why something didn't work out. Okay, I'm going to clarify the Five of Cups because I really want to and I feel guided to do that. So one card for the Five of Cups for the month of May, please. Why is the Five of Cups here? What's the Five of Cups saying? What's the Queen of Swords trying to tell us about the Five of Cups? Because these are really showing you something. Okay, month of May. Could be month of May, June. That energy because it's fluid. Month of May. There we go. Yes, okay. So we have the Five of Wands and the Two of Swords. Yes, okay, that's the thing. Around the half of the year, of the couple months, I do see there's this struggle of like your mind and your intuition are having like this battle moment. It's like, okay, am I going to trust my intuition? Am I not? I feel one or the two feels pushed aside a little bit. So it's like maybe a lot of overthinking. You might be actually reminiscing something. Yeah, that's just a strong energy. We're also around that time are going to be Mercury retrograde again. So something might come back from the past, but it's here to heal. It's here to actually make a decision of leaving it behind, of healing it. And that's connected to your sixth house as well. As it's that mental health, which is important. So I do see that it's just you're intuitively probably going through some ascension symptoms, upgrades, because by the time your season comes around, Cancer, it's just you're so in your high priestess energy, a high vibe energy, that it's good sometimes to have like a little bit of this lower conversation of like what's going on deep down, like what do I need to release in order to open it up. And I feel it's opening up in June. That has, that's different than this because this is more external. So it's like, okay, I feel guided to do this for the outside world. I feel guided to create this. I feel guided to do this with my career, or I want to work on my physical body, my health. And then I feel like around, you know, the beginning of May, you might actually need a little bit more of that, you know, emotional health and being and releasing some of that pressure. And it's actually very powerful. So let's move on to June, because we have the Lovers. And like I said earlier on, you have like this June energy is like Gemini, and it's like the Lovers card, meaning that you really are in alignment with what Gemini represents for you. And mostly it probably is the 12th house, but you know, it also depends on your rising sign, of course. But for the most part, I feel like you're really ready to make some decisions. And we also, of course, you know, we have the North Node in Gemini, so the energy is more hands. I feel this year is like constantly being open for the changes and for making decisions. Like you constantly find yourself, not constantly, but like a lot of times you might find yourself at like a little crossroads or like a big one of like, okay, left or right. Left. I feel guided to do left. Okay, I'm just gonna do left, but I'm going for the left. I'm not gonna choose left and then constantly reminiscing about the other option I had and would have been better. You know, it's like, no, I choose left. Now I'm going to give all my energy to this left direction and I'm just going to go there. You see, and you really are more standfast this year. It's like, I made a commitment. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep it to the person I'm connected to. I'm not going to constantly doubt. I don't want to doubt anymore. That's what I'm hearing. All right. So the High Priestess is here as well. Ooh, which I love. You see the High Priestess. I'm going to get a card between this energy, the Lovers and the High Priestess. Ooh, well, damn. Beautiful. 2 of Cups energy. So you might actually find yourself in a pretty strong connection in June and July. That's, you know, of course, like you're very attractive because the sun will be in your sign, you know. One sec. I had to drink something really quickly. One more water. I'm on my water drinking schedule at the moment. The Lovers and the High Priestess. So the 2 of Cups, you might actually get involved with a very strong connection because it is the Lovers card and the 2 of Cups, of course. And it enhances your intuitive energy. It enhances your spirituality, the connection. I feel like it is a soul-to-soul connection. You really can feel what each other, like what you're thinking, how you're feeling. It's just like, yeah, it's a really beautiful connection. So for some of you, really will take place in after you're disappointed by a date or by someone you used to see, and then boom, there's this other person. All right, and if you are already dating someone, I do really see that you might struggle a little bit by finding the balance between what you want to do with your work and focus on your health and your external things, and then you have this other person. But I do feel like this other person is also going to be focused on themselves. And then I feel a get together, like a strengthening of the connection in June, July, probably August as well. I see some of you are really stepping into this light work. And we need as many as we can. And as a Cancer, kind of have a little bit of a duty, you know. Anyway, I am also a Cancer, I can say it, okay. What I feel is that you might not be afraid like you used to be afraid. You might actually used to see things or hear things or feel things. And it kind of sort of, you know, you hold back because you were afraid that it might actually become, you know, worse, or you didn't want to feel certain things, you weren't open for it. And I do see you overcoming a level of fear in the month of August, like July, August, yes. And I see that you're opening up to that energy. You're opening up your abilities, your skills that you naturally possess, but you're enhancing them. And that might also come with some confrontational nights, you know, they call it the dark night of the soul. It's not mostly not just one night. And it's not a continuous, just one night really a lot and then the rest you're fine. But it's like sort of a couple of, sometimes it's a couple of days, sometimes it's like a couple of weeks where you're just going and feeling and like you're crying for no reason because you're purging the energy. And I do really see an ending in the month of September, like an ending of this Eight of Swords. It's like you have this feeling of freedom in the month of August, like I freed myself, I'm back on track, I'm freed myself. So September might be an energy where, or a month where you might see certain things come to an end, and because we are asked in the month of 2021, and I said it while the clock was 2021, we're being asked to be open, keep our energy open for changes that will take place. So some things will be removed from our lives and some things will flow into our lives. So we gotta stay conscious about what is our free will and what is something that is just meant to happen and why, and staying open for that. If you keep your energy, like if you use it and you use it for your betterment basically, and you tune into your intuition and you start to understand sort of a pattern that's happening between you and the universe basically, then you'll start to see the results coming in for you and flowing into you. I do see that you're being asked to keep something a secret at the end of the year. One sec. It might actually be keeping a secret for a friend, and it's heavy, it's weighing heavy on you, even though Cancers are known for keeping secrets. Like, you know, I mean, people told me things, I'll take to my grave. You know, like, it's just, even if I'm not longer in contact with it, it's not common for Cancers to then actually extend that information to someone else. But anyway, where I'm focusing, what I see is that the Seven of Swords with the Ten of Wands is like holding on to something for the betterment of someone else, right? So you're trying to do the best thing for someone else, but it's actually weighing pretty heavy on you. I'm gonna clarify the Seven of Swords because I want to yeah, it's important. If you are taking on too much in the year of 2021, it's not gonna be good for you. Because if you're pushing yourself, you see, when you need to get to the other end, it's like there could be like the option of like, okay, I'm just gonna push through I'm there. But pushing through in 2021 is not a way to go, because you will actually, in the end of the day, have to do more work to recover from that physically and mentally than if you would have just rest. If you feel drained, if you feel exhausted, and you see there's a difference between just feeling tired and feeling that level of drainedness and level of exhaustion, because it's a very spiritual year for you as well. It's important for you to rest. Exhausting, tired is resting, recharging. Then be out there again, be out there in the field. Okay, don't push yourself too much because you're gonna feel it. Yeah, pushing yourself too much on a physical, mental level, it's not a way to go this year. I'm just giving you the tip, because you're gonna spare so much time and energy if you just give yourself that time. If you feel very exhausted and you need to just rest for a weekend or rest for a day or not ever have a night off, do it. All right, it will be covered. Look at this. This is what came out, and I want to give that with you guys. This came out with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's exactly what I just said. It's important for you to understand that enough is enough. If you're walking on eggshells, if you're walking on your tippy toes, you hardly can keep up, give it to the universe. Meaning that create that space. Understanding that certain things show up in order for you to take the lead on taking care of yourself first. You have the Judgment with the Star, with the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of... It's just, there's so much shift and change by the end of the year. It's important for you to create some space to rest and to just get used to it. So it's a very important. This year you'll learn so much. You will grow and transform so much that by the end this time this year ends, you're really ready to take it to the next level. And you are already getting unstuck and getting things done this year. And I really do see like your money is much more stable, your finances, but it's also because you're being asked to be very aware. All right. So when it comes to your finances and stuff, spare up your money, make sure you know what to do. If you have certain financial responsibilities, make sure you get them on time, or you at least call people if you're not on time with things. Like, just be aware and conscious that you'll be paid out for that. Right? I really feel that strongly, Cancer. So that's something I cannot say enough, because we have this 8th house energy as well. This year, be conscious. All right? Just be conscious about who you owe what, or just all of that. Just be conscious and responsible, and then all will be good, like really good. Like, I mean, 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Magician. If you take the control, don't let other people take the control over that. You see, if you are in control and not give people the opportunity to actually come at you with something like, hey, you didn't send this letter, or hey, why didn't you bring in these papers? It's like, no, just be on point with things, and you will receive so many positive sides from that as well. It's just like, hey, it's up to you whether you take control and do it first, or let somebody knock on your door and tell you like, listen, you still owe us this, because you'll be under a loop a little bit more. But if you do it right, you also will get your payout. So this is what I want to make you aware of, because it will probably help you out this year if you just consciously be conscious of it. It's not the most fun thing to say, but it's like, just conscious, you got your payout from it. All right. For the rest, you have the 2 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Magician. It's like you take back your control. I really do see you building up, because you're so conscious, you're building up a real solid foundation for yourself. And it's not just for 2021, it really is for several years to come and to pay out. Judgment and the Star is meaning that you really need to focus on what you feel guided to do. So your heart's true desire, your destiny, what they say with the card as well, but also just your purpose. Like, do the work that you feel you're meant to do in whatever way, shape, or form that is for you. It's like, don't waste your time or energy on keeping 6 different things going at one time, because you're afraid that if you lose something that you no longer have the options. Like, really make the decisions and focus on something. And like I said, January is a very important month for you. If you set the intention and your energy right, it really helps you pay out this year. And because you have a clarity moment, like I said, you get those 10 seconds with the light on in the room. Be like, use it as your advantage to write your things down, and you'll have moments where you doubt yourself this year, but that's because of the planets and some fogginess going on. I do see it back in your reading as well, but that's why it's like, trust yourself on what you feel and what you want to create in January, and then keep on following that course, and you will definitely receive your payout in that. Beautiful connection. Like I said, love is on the table here as well. Equal connection, both very like the go-getter types, which I love, which fits the Cancer as well. Yeah, just there will be moments where it's peaceful, and there will be moments where you're being asked to hold 6 balls in the air at the same time. You got this, as long as your own foundation is clear. If you already find yourself very exhausted by halftime in the year, make sure you get that rest, because the last part of the year will also ask a lot of you. And if you do it right, you actually get those payouts. All right, should we do one more spirit message for you for this year? Message that Cancer can use. Choices. Oh my gosh. Okay. This fell on this card, the January card, and it's choices. I told you. Look at that. Didn't I tell you the room with the light? I mean, I rest my case. Okay, I rest my case. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into a power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen and to appreciate your intuitive wisdom that is inside of you and apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. This is the perfect message. I mean, it's just the message for this year, okay? Cancer is gonna be great. I wish you all an amazing 2021. And if you listen to this in December, then it's still all coming. And I wish you, a happy holiday season. And I'll be back, of course, with the January readings. But anyway, if you want to come back to this reading halfway through the year, do so. Sometimes, there are some more messages in it that you didn't pick up the first time. So feel free to do that during this year. I love you guys so much, and I hope I also want to thank you for sticking with me through 2020, which I really love and appreciate. And if you're new here, then welcome. I love that you are here, and I'll be back soon. Okay, bye guys, happy new year. Mwah. I love you, Cancer.